Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned into and are watching the latest episode of Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs. I, of course, am yours truly, Jonathan Clarke, and I have never felt more honored to be in your guys' presence every single day for the rest of my life, uploading Descendants and Zombies videos for the people who love Descendants and Zombies. And because you love everything Descendants and Zombies, there is no greater honor that has been given to me and shown to me than by being able to showcase and talk about your favorite Descendants and Zombies stars for their true worth and their true value, because they have been true inspirations for you for what it felt like your entire lives. And most of you have been fans of Descendants and Zombies for pretty much your entire lives, and I honor that by uploading great videos for you guys. So if I tell you there's going to be a video about Descendants and Zombies on this YouTube channel because you have been a fan of Descendants and Zombies for the majority of your life, then I will honor you by giving you the videos and giving you what you want. Because in all honesty, I think that a lot of YouTube creators don't follow through on their promises of uploading great videos about Descendants and Zombies that they may have promised you. Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, and for those of you who are newly subscribed to this YouTube channel over the past couple of days, I am the biggest Descendants and Zombies fan in the galaxy. So because I am the biggest fan of Descendants and Zombies in the galaxy, every day there is something new for every fan of Descendants and Zombies on this YouTube channel. It could be a video about Ruby Rose-Turner and how much I love her. It could be a video about Clarke and how passionate I am about her music. But regardless, every single time there is a video uploaded on this YouTube channel that you log on to your YouTube account, and there is a notification bell drop down from Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs with the latest episode having been archived on this YouTube channel. So I want you to hold on to that and believe in that more than you ever have, because Jonathan Clarke Video Blogs will always have something for you on this YouTube channel if you are a fan of Descendants and Zombies. And I am really excited about Halloween this year. I look forward to everything happening on Halloween this year. My house being TP'd, my house being egged, handing out treats to people who are dressed up as their favorite Descendants characters. I am really excited about Halloween, and for those of you who are subscribed to this YouTube channel, you are not going to want to miss a single second of the action. So if you have not subscribed, you're probably going to want to do that, because all throughout Halloween this year, beginning early Halloween morning, I will be uploading videos about Descendants and Zombies. Most of the videos will be about zombies, because I love watching the Zombies Marathon every year on Disney Channel, and I seriously am thinking about binge watching the entire Zombies franchise from beginning to end, because there is a greater appreciation to be had for the Zombies franchise and the Zombies fans, because there are millions of people who are fans of the Zombies franchise. I think it had a lot to do with the story of Zed and Addison, which really catapulted Zombies to the heights of unprecedentedness, because I think Descendants was really looking for an answer to compete against something, and I think Zombies presented it with that opportunity. Not only did it present it with an opportunity to compete against something for the first time since Descendants' rapid-fire ascension to the top of Disney Channel and Disney Plus, with over 781 million hours of stream time behind it, it also allowed it to work together and be more creative with another franchise that ultimately went on to hold a special place in all of our hearts, because we saw the Worlds Collide Tour spun off the success of Descendants and Zombies, which had everything to do with you guys. It had nothing to do with the critics who showed up at the Worlds Collide Tour within the thousands of fans, which really was a sea of love and support. It had everything to do with you guys, because you gave this tour life, and you presented meaning for this tour with your videos that you uploaded. I loved watching the fan videos and the fan art that was uploaded to YouTube within hours of the performances, because in all honesty, you guys outshined every critic who uploaded the video about Descendants and Zombies. Seriously, guys, thank you so much for being here when you were, and thank you guys so much for outshining all the criticism, because your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars have been victims of criticism for far long enough. And I say that we come together on this YouTube channel and we do something about it, because I don't like criticism, and I don't like criticizing anybody. I only say something critical when I absolutely have to, and I'm pushed beyond my physical limits. And that doesn't happen very often. But I say this because I feel as if the same 4 or 5 celebrities are criticized by the same 4 or 5 critics all the time, be it Perez Hilton, TMZ.com, some celebrity news blog website. I'm tired of hearing about it. I remember years ago when Perez Hilton couldn't get enough of criticizing Hilary Duff, Lindsay Lohan, Selena Gomez. He couldn't stop and couldn't get enough of criticizing people. And I had more than enough issues, my fair share of issues seen, with celebrity bloggers like Perez Hilton. So because I was a journalist and I saw the good in people like Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan and Selena Gomez, I gave them the benefit of the doubt. And I've been choosing to give them the benefit of the doubt longer than many of you have been alive. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, for those of you who are new here, and I've been around for a very long time, and I've seen the best of them come and go. And a lot of them have came and gone because of the criticism they were faced with and how they were pushed through a proverbial door whenever they saw the exit sign. Whenever they saw their opportunity to make their exit, they did. And I wish a lot of them would have stayed around to really come up against the critics, because I think that more people like Clarke and Freya Sky can be seen in this world, and more people can be given a chance. And that is exactly what I've wanted to do for your favorite Descendants of Zombie stars, is give them a chance and show them the respect they have deserved. Because I really think that the critics and all the criticism that we've seen really needs to go away. It really needs to take a step back and back off of celebrities, because if not for the criticism, I think that we would have seen Demi Lovato never crack under pressure, would have never had to take a reprieve from entertainment. Now all of a sudden, we're seeing a re-emergence of Demi Lovato, with Camp Rock 3 being greenlit for Disney Plus, which I'm really excited about, because I think this has been a long time coming. But I just want to go on record for saying, no matter what Disney tries to recreate or redistribute, it will never have such a powerful impact like Descendants and Zombies had. And I think we're going to be a long time waiting in the dust, by the time the dust is settled and the smoke is cleared, for something as powerful as Descendants and Zombies to come along and to happen for Disney Channel and Disney Plus. Because ever since The Rise of Red's premiere in 2024, I've seen enough criticism of The Rise of Red and its stars, Clarke, Ruby Rose Turner, and Malia Baker. I say this because enough is enough, and they really gave it all their worth for the Descendants franchise, and they really brought it to life in a way that I don't think any other cast that you could have brought together would have been able to bring it to life. I know people will forever and always talk about the original cast. Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, Cameron Boyce. Those are names that have been embedded in my heart for forever, and people that I can't live without. They are names that I can't go on a day without talking about on this YouTube channel. But the thing is, with time, we too have to change with the time, because the times are always changing and we are forever evolving. I remember years ago in English class, when the teacher asked me to use a word to describe a certain situation. I think it was for the novel Dracula when I was studying it, either Dracula or The Lord of the Rings. And the one word that came to mind was evolve, because with the times, with how time always runs out and never fails to run out, we too have to change with the times. And I think that's what we're experiencing and trying to understand with Descendants, because we can't always hold on to the same characters and the same superstars for forever. The thing is that we've got to realize is that Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson are still here. They're just not here as the embodiment of your favorite Descendants and Zombies characters, because they've moved on. They are still entertaining. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't see on social a photo shoot that Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson are talking about, or they're a part of, or some project that they are a part of. They're always there for PR. They're always there promoting things. And I think their contributions, I think people have forever and always held on to the dream of them reprising roles as Dove Cameron, Mal, and Evie, of course, as Sophia Carson, because they remember these characters and they remember the place that they forever and always held in their heart. But I think that what we need to realize is that they will forever and always be here, regardless of how people may feel about them reprising the roles. So I think that while we realize that they are forever and always going to be here and never fade off into obscurity, because there will always be something for them to do, we have to grasp the concept of how the times have changed. And I think really when we think about it, the cast of Descendants now is far more dedicated to bringing this franchise to life than ever before, which is why I give them a profound amount of credit, and I think never enough respect can be shown to them. Because in all honesty, someone like Ruby Rose Turner really ran with this opportunity and really gave it her all, because I think Ruby was one of the most beautiful characters of all time. You guys are going to have to forgive me, because I really do believe that Ruby was the strongest and most beautiful Descendants character that I have ever seen. And I think never enough gratitude or never enough appreciation can be shown to Ruby for how she put a stronger emphasis on how much of a profound impact bullying can have on a person's life, and how much further kindness can go, and how much further kindness can really touch a person's heart. I think that she was really the exemplification of just how much further kindness can really go in a person's life, how much it can touch a person's heart, and it put a stronger emphasis on how much more kindness we can show to people in our lifetime that we sometimes forget to show that kindness to every single day. And I think that's where people drew inspiration from the Descendants cast, and how the story gets better and better and better is because we're always moving forward. We're never freezing the time frame, and we're never really standing still with time. We're always moving along with time, and as we move along with time and the story progresses, the story gets better from chapter to chapter. Because let me tell you guys something, while people will try to convince you that this story is over, oh, this story is far from over, and you had better believe that. Because there are so many characters that are going to see their introduction into the Descendants franchise, and with each new character from every franchise that we grew up with, like Hercules, The Little Mermaid, no matter what franchise you're talking about, Pirates of the Caribbean even, there is always an opportunity to create a new storyline, and that's something I never ever want you to forget. I always want you to hold on to. Because I have seen some really great storylines happen for Descendants early on, and I really feel as if there are far more greater storylines yet to be created and be presented, especially with the Kingdom Cup games now finding its way into Oregon. I look forward to seeing what kind of storylines will be created off of this, what the director Kimmy Gatewood is going to do with this. This is her first Descendants project. My issue lies with the production value of Descendants, with how the director's chair, the director's seat, if you would, has always been a revolving door. Can't we just have one director for the new trilogy of Descendants? Can't we just have one dependable name to rely on and be attached with the Descendants franchise? That's why I forever put it out there that I would gladly be the full-time director and writer for the Descendants franchise of new. Because I think that the Descendants franchise of old had a dedicated director. He'd signed on for a trilogy, Kenny Ortega, because of his reputation and because he was such a legend. And I think we need just as big of a legend being a director of new for this new franchise, with how much energy the characters bring forth. And you really need a reliable source, a real go-to, if you would. I think that ever since this new franchise premiered and its new take was presented, I think the door has forever been a revolving door when you talk about the director's seat. And I think that if you had somebody dedicated to directing this, I think we would have more of an opportunity to see more storylines than ever before. The advantage that Zombies has forever and always had is the dedication coming from Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim's hearts. And that's something we have to take into consideration. They got credits in the Zombies 4 Down in the Vampire movie. They got credited for being executive producers. And I really think the reason why they wanted to see their exit out of the franchise, because they wanted to offer more to the franchise in a different way than what they already had. Because their acting as actresses and actors, Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly's character Zed Addison, was outstanding. I think this is a point that every actor and actress ultimately dreams of getting to, producing their own version and their own take on something that forever and always meant something on each and every one of their hearts. Like how Selena Gomez had acted on Wizards of Waverly Place as an actress, of course, Alex Russo for forever, and then eventually she wanted to reboot the series as Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, focusing on Justin Russo's family and the history of their daughter, coping with learning how to understand magic and the history and the legacy of the Russos. And she just wanted to be the producer while making cameos in and out of the Wizards of Waverly Place series. It was a fantastic reboot. It still is. And I think it has a chance of going down as being one of the most revered of recency on Disney Channel and the Disney Plus because of just how many people are talking about it. I think that it had a lot to do with the fans of Wizards from years ago, because I was the biggest fan of Wizards, but I just think that sitting in this director's chair is something that everybody just wants to get to and make the most of, which is why I really appreciate that Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim are going to be sitting there for the foreseeable future behind the camera, because there's a lot more to offer behind the camera than sometimes there is in front of it. And we have an incredible cast still in front of that camera, which is something to be really excited about, because we have a whole new story and a whole new journey for them to embark on. A lot of on-the-water scenes. There are going to be a lot of boating scenes in this one because of the possibility of mermaids and witches and sirens seeing their introduction into this franchise. Come to think of it, the more I think about it, I am the only guy on YouTube who has voluntarily offered to jump inside of this vortex, this supernatural vortex, to uncover what's inside of it. I don't know why anybody else isn't so crazy to jump inside of a vortex, because I would love to go for that. Because I think there is so much unpredictable things that could happen in Zombies 5 by the time we get to it. I know 5 years feels like forever away, but even though it's 5 years, it will give me a chance to create more beautiful videos about Descendants of Zombies and offer you more of a breakdown on the franchises which we come to know and love. And I really appreciate how everybody is still fans of Descendants of Zombies when they were fans of Descendants of Zombies 7.5 years ago, because many of you were probably 7, 8 years old when Zombies first premiered. Don't mind me, I was 25 when Zombies came out, and I fell in love with it because of the powerful music and the powerful script. I had a lot of reasons to be excited about Zombies because I was a theater kid for forever, and I had been involved in every major stage production that you can possibly think of, from, of course, Beauty and the Beast to The Lion King to Aladdin to Phantom of the Opera, which of course I had a very haunting story where I fell down through the stage and actually became Phantom of the Opera. Stop laughing. I fell down through one of the stage lights. And I wasn't even casted as Phantom of the Opera that night. I was just part of the technical crew when it happened. But I remember being a part of all these stage productions, and if there was one theater kid in the room every day after school, it was this guy. So when zombies happened, of course, I fell in love with the script because of the powerful music, because oftentimes when the emotion is too high to express how you feel, you turn to music and the power of it. And I think that because Zombies was able to do that in such a profound way, it touched my heart in so many unbelievable ways. And I've been with the Zombies franchise for forever. And I can't forget to mention how loyal the fans are to these videos. They look forward to these videos every single day. I've got one more video to upload before sunset this evening, which I hope you will join me for. But I have a lot to say where Descendants and Zombies goes, because the profound impact it's forever and always had on my heart. And I love telling you stories. I love telling you how excited I am for Halloween and the fear of my house being TP'd and egged, because it seems to happen every year around this time. But the thing is, I think that Zombies has had a greater appreciation coming from fans because of just how good the story actually is, and it got better from chapter to chapter. And Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, this past summer was the best Zombies movie of the entire series. The entire Zombies collection is currently available for streaming on Disney Plus, and off of Disney Plus has gotten over 250 million hours of stream time. Now that is nowhere near the stream time for Descendants, and it has a lot to do with the star power that's backing Descendants right now. But I think that Zombies went to #1 this past summer because of just how powerful that story was, which is why I think we need more of a dedicated team to the Zombies franchise than ever before. And I think that this dedication that we've seen the Zombies cast bring forth for the Zombies franchise moving forward is only going to benefit it, because I really do believe that people who think we can have up to 10 Zombies movies, I think that really is a possibility. All you've got to have is a dedicated team, and a dedicated team of writers really bring this one to life, because for those of you who have been led to believe by critics that they're running out of ideas with supernatural creatures for the Zombies franchise, oh, don't ever believe that. There is still so much of a story yet to be told, still so much of a supernatural lore to be examined, because I'm a big fan of Supernatural, The Vampire Diaries, True Blood, Twilight. I've been a fan of everything having to do with vampire TV and Supernatural. So because I thought this stuff was cool, I thought they could really run with zombies, because you can still see zombies and goblins and witches and sirens and dragons being in this even. I would go for anything being in this in terms of a supernatural character, because those are people telling you that want you to believe that. And by you buying into what they're trying to sell you, you are doing and giving them exactly what they want, which is a reaction. That's why most of these videos that are uploaded on YouTube are called reaction videos. I've never ever wanted to do that for each and every one of you. What I wanted to do is I wanted to showcase the franchise for its true worth and its true value. And some way or somehow, I like to believe that I did that in a very powerful and a very authentic way that was very different and far different from how anybody else may have ever reviewed Descendants and Zombies, because while I could choose to sit on this show and review my top 10 favorite Descendants of Zombies songs or my top 10 favorite Descendants of Zombies moments, I think that doing it with an open heart and an open mind is the most effective way of ever talking about Descendants and Zombies, because it gives you a greater appreciation of how a person feels about Descendants and Zombies, and it allows you the chance to get to know the person hosting the show, which many of you have never been presented with an opportunity to do, because people just want to upload a 5 to 10 minute long video about Descendants and Zombies and get 1,000 subscribers and 1,000 likes. I have never wanted to do that. I've never wanted to take advantage of the YouTube partnership program, monetization opportunities. I've just loved being on YouTube, because fame has always had a consistent way of following me everywhere I've went. And I've always been associated, there's always been something associated with my voice being tied into the Descendants and Zombies franchise, because that's why the YouTube channel I created was the most popular Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel in the world. Not because I created videos about Descendants and Zombies, but because of each and every one of you, making it the greatest honor of my life. Even if that means uploading Descendants and Zombies videos for the rest of my life, which I have no problem doing, because I really do love talking about zombies around Halloween. I really do love talking about zombies and Descendants every year around Christmas time, and I love the opportunity to do it, and I take full advantage of it, because I feel as if that's the best way to honor each and every one of you, by giving you what you want. The YouTube algorithm always suggests that we give the people what they want. So the best way to honor you guys is to give you your Descendants of Zombies videos on a channel that you can depend on and forever and always rely on. So we will do this all over again in just a few hours from now, when we will talk about Descendants of Zombies just after sunset on the final video I will upload for today. And I want to say thank you so much. I apologize for the little bit of a delay that got in the way of uploading videos today, but I attended Spirit Halloween today. I saw all the costumes, all the Halloween decorations. Everybody's so excited about Halloween. I took a couple of photos for social media. I threw them up on my Facebook page. You guys can head over there to see them. I get really excited about Halloween, and October is a really big month on this YouTube channel, so I have a lot to say where Descendants of Zombies goes, and I think the conversation is a never-ending one because of everybody's appreciation for things like Halloween, Christmas, and everything Descendants of Zombies. So, honestly, thank you guys so much. It really touches my heart that I've been able to have such an incredible reach for so many wonderful people who have been fans of Descendants of Zombies for really their entire life. Because for many of you, being a fan of Descendants of Zombies has felt like it's been for all of your lifetime, and I've just wanted to honor you guys by giving you the videos that you have forever and always deserved. Thank you so much from my heart to yours. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody. We will talk more about Descendants of Zombies a couple of hours from now on the final video I will upload for tonight. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that by hitting the like and subscribe button and by ringing my bell to stay up to date with notifications about everything happening on this YouTube channel. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody. We will talk again in just a few hours from now.